Hey, what's up guys? I wanted to make an updated version of what templates I'd recommend you play in 5-man dungeons or dungeon tours. Um, yeah, the last video I did is kind of outdated by now, so I figured I'd make this updated version. Um, yeah, you guys know the drill. Get some food, get some sigils. You guys know by now those make a big difference and boost the damage by quite a lot. So don't slack on those. Next thing we have to talk about is do yourself a favor and get yourself hotkeys for your template swaps. You don't need to get templates for all of them, but well, for the first four, for the templates you use like regularly, you should just have hotkeys because it makes your life easier and not miserable. Yeah, so let's get into templates. The first template, or like the best template, the easiest template to recommend to anybody right now is simply the Quick Scrapper. Quick Scrapper is amazing. It bursts good. It gives quickness in combat better than anybody, um, while still having crazy burst. And of course, it also gives super speed to X around and be quick between bosses. I'm using just the normal Snowcrows version of the build. I have the 2 Diviner pieces. If you simply wanna have your like dungeon scrapper, you can also just go full berserker, of course, because well, the boon duration won't really matter. But it's not gonna change like a lot. Yeah, the build is pretty much what you would expect. I like to use explosive temper because well, MS rocket will sometimes get you into combat in situations where you maybe don't want to be in combat. Yeah, talking about the skills really quick. You can burst pretty hard on this class, but you are really reliant on some of your cooldowns like Blast Gyro, like precasting mines, like your Shredder Gyro, like your Nade Barrage. If those skills are on cooldown, you're a little bit on maintenance mode, auto attacking and well doing 2, and Nade 2 of course, but it's still a great spec. It has a lot of burst potential. You can precast, as I said, you can precast mines. You can precast Big Old Bomb for CC, Big Old Bomb and Blast Gyro. This combo will break every dungeon boss. Yeah, that's pretty much what there is to say about our Quick Scrapper. You have also good access to stealth, which is on your well fighting template, which is really convenient in a lot of situations. But yeah, that's pretty much what's all about there's to say about well the Quick Scrapper. Good template, would recommend it to anybody. It's not that hard to play, even if you're not familiar with Engineer in general. Um, let's talk about the next template, and this is and again a Scrapper template, but this time it's our skip template. I recommend to anybody having like a dedicated skip template, since well you might ask yourself like why do I need a dedicated skip template? I have my Scrapper, I can give myself super speed there and just zoom around, and that's true. But well, there are some skills, some skills right here in the build part we will talk about soon. But this template, full boon duration, full diviner. We have Celerity sigils for chesting to give ourselves quickness. But yeah, full boon duration. Um, a rifle to do skips. Sephirite runes for even more super speed duration on our mates. But the real reason why we want to have a dedicated skip template is just because it's just convenient to have this trade right here, this trade right here, just to enhance your rocket boots. Those are like crazy for like movement for yourself in general, and also really important for some skips. Yeah, and of course you have more wound duration. You can precast on this template. You have again on Scrapper you have super access to stealth. Sneak Gyro is like a super broken skill. Elixir has another 6 seconds of stealth right here. A lot of super speed. You can swap out some stuff to have even more options right here. And yeah, should definitely get this one and the Scrapper one. Those are the 2 most important ones right now, I think. Well, if you like playing Scrapper and you often find yourself in groups with other Scrappers that also play Quick Scrapper, you could think about getting a Power Scrapper too. It's pretty much only this trait that's different when it comes to the traits, and of course, if you are running zero boon duration full berserker anyway, because this is your dedicated dungeon character, then you don't even need a new equipment template. You could use the same. I personally have a new one since I run the two diviner pieces, right? But yeah, power scrapper, the same things apply than quick scrapper. Very good burst, but of course, make sure to play this if you have someone else covering quickness and or playing quick scrapper, because otherwise this is a little bit like of a waste. Well, if you want to step up your game even further, if you want to invest more into templates, if you want to have more fun, because well, scrapper is fun for a bit, but well, it's a little bit of one-dimensional compared to like Holosmith. You could also dip your toes into Holosmith. Holosmith has Scrapper has very good burst, but Holosmith has just better burst. But the thing is, it's harder to achieve. It's not that straightforward. You need to take your time. You need to preheat, which is why this is a little bit harder to pull off. But the damage potential is higher with your overheat, and you're an NG, so you can precast Biggold Bomb, you can precast Mines. We have the laser disc, we have the overheat tick. This is just the optimal burst you can achieve on Engineer. Of course, you will give up your quick scrapper capabilities on giving quickness to your party. That's something you have to be aware of. But well, this is the best thing you can play on a lot of bosses. If bosses are really short in low level dungeons, Scrapper is still probably better than Holo, because you also don't get into combat with the overheat and stuff afterwards, which makes the transitions to next bosses or like taking portals really awkward. So in low level dungeons you can get away with Scrapper, but in high level dungeons definitely recommend playing Holo. Also need Holo anyway, kinda for an underwater template, because Holo underwater just fucks hard compared to like Scrapper's not bad, but Holo just is really good underwater. It's like you pretty much the same rotation on land. On your harpoon gun, scatter mines, time charge. This is like CC as well, and then just we are in our kits. We do our thing underwater as well. Well, if you have this template, you kinda also can get the 150 heat version of it. This is we use the same equipment template, which is of course full berserker scholar runes. By the way, that should be obvious.
Thermal release complete.
But yeah, you can just have like a build template part. So this is the 100 heat version, and this is the 150 heat version. You can just like swap by single key press. Really useful for longer periods of fights where you're stuck in combat longer, where you don't want this like one big burst hit from your overheat, but you want to have like more consistent damage. I like to play 150 heat Holosmith. Well, same things apply when it comes to skills. Off to the next template, which is gonna be our heal mechanist. Well, it's just a mechanist template with a lot of boon duration to give alacrity to the people next to us. By pressing F2 and F3. Besides that, of course, mechanist has the blink, which is really useful. We skip around in our skip set, and we have like no access to a blink, right? But what we can do is just hotkey to our mechanist template and then use the blink in certain situations where we need it. So yeah, I kind of recommend having that template, and this is just a heal mechanist template I'm running right here, because I can also play it in raids and stuff. Yeah, and then we are almost at the end. There's one more template, so the template number 7, I right now don't use it. You have kind of like one open if you want to completely copy one by one. This is one way you can like do whatever with. Template number 8 for me is my solo Condi mechanist template. That's what I'm gonna play if I have to solo Nock in SE, or if I'm solo on like the Drake in COF. Places like this where it's just like nice to have the mech tank for you. This is where I play. This is full Viper. Like what do I even run? Elementalist runes, Battle Malice, and those trades can kind of like vary. You can play this, you can play like stuff like this for more might. I'm not a number cruncher, but this kind of works for me in those solo situations. But overall, my templates are, my templates have the focus of 5-man content. If you're a solo player, you could maybe think about getting like a tools 150 holosmith. This should be perform really good in solo situations too. Of course, you don't have the mech tank for you on holosmith, but on some fights you don't need to, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like we're at the end right now. I think I mentioned everything I wanted to. I hope so, at least. If you have any questions about like the templates, yeah, feel free to ask. But yeah, later.